Hello, my name is Floyd Caldwell. This is the third attempt. It's 1:11 in the morning on September the 21st, Sunday, and this is my third attempt to do this video. Now, I wasn't even going to do a video. I spent all day. I had 6 videos already done that I was having trouble getting them online on the site. And a friend came over to help me do that, and thanks, brother. Thanks for helping me do that. And so I loaded them all up tonight, and I wasn't going to do one. And then I've been watching the stuff going on around the world, and it's just falling apart. And so I thought I'd do a video based on what I was hearing, other people are receiving around the world, the timeline, everything that's happening, everything how it's falling into place. And so I said, well, you know what? I said, I should put this out there. I don't know how much time, how fast this is going to get to anybody, but I'll just leave that in his hands. And then after it being the third time of trying to do it, I realized, yeah, I'm going to put this out, definitely. When I have that much of a barrier up, that takes me 3 times to do it, that tells me, yeah, okay, let's push through. So, we're coming up here the 23rd, which is on Tuesday, I believe, and that's the 23rd of September, and that's called Rosh Hashanah. It's the Feast of Trumpets, okay? Now, the trumpet is the horn of God, okay? Some people are going to get this, some people aren't. This is for those that will get it, because a lot of it's going to be confirmation from other people around the world. I'm in Nova Scotia, Canada, okay, getting this stuff, and you're getting it on all over the world. Everybody's bringing it out, and everybody's getting it different, but your timelines are all coming to the same thing. Even though some of the numbers and figures are calculated differently, we're all ending up in the same place. And so on that day, while those trumpets are being blown, in New York City, the UN General Assembly will have a high-level meeting in New York City discussing world peace and safety. Okay, at the same time that 100 priests are going to blow 100 shofars in Jerusalem. Now, in case you don't know, and for those who do know, the word says that when you hear them say peace and safety, then comes sudden destruction. Okay? Now, in 2020, when President Trump assisted in them signing the Abraham Peace Accord, they made that statement of now we can have peace and safety. And when they said that, I went, oh my jumping. Now, and if you don't believe there's anything to this, you go back to 2020 and see, after they made that announcement, see if anything, sudden destruction happened from that point on. Okay? Yeah, it all started from then. Now they're going to go there in New York City on the Feast of Trumpets while 100 trumpets are being blown in Jerusalem. You can't make this stuff up. So the reason, part of the reason for this, I'll get to it, for this video is to wake you up and realize what's going on in this world around you. Okay, now I'm going to make some bold statements that I'll stand behind. I always say, you know what, I may be off in the timing, but I'm not off in what's going to happen. Okay, and through this weekend, going into Tuesday, the 23rd, Feast of Trumpets, some major shifts could happen in this world, and if they do, you may not even be able to watch this video. So I'm just leaving it in his hands to get this out to whoever and to wake whoever up, okay? Because what we could go into, like I say, we're going through a shift right now. People can feel it. There's a shift of somehow going on. People don't understand it, and what it is that he said he would pour his spirit upon all flesh in the end for a time. And people are feeling things and sensing things, okay? Now, getting back to this, we also have, we're at a time where in 2024 there's a solar maximum beginning upstairs in that sun. Okay, and that year, 2024, is the Hebrew year of 5784, which means a door is opening. And this is exactly what happened. Things started opening up from that point on. Now, 2025 is a year of redefining. And you see, AI came forth okay, and it starts a reopening, and the AI it's opened a door completely, and these are numbers that are that God gave us as a correlation so we could see what was going on. So 2026 is 5786. 2026 is where the solar maximum ends, and it's where the number of men and the imperfections are really going to come forth. Okay, nothing hidden. Nothing will remain hidden in this day. He said anything hidden will be revealed. You can see it happening all over the world. People who have been corrupt for years are being exposed. It's unbelievable how his word is unfolding. Now, so then we have in 2027 is the year of perfection or completion, right? Now, there's a connection to this in Nova Scotia. In 1927, right here in Nova Scotia, my father, okay, and there's a whole story behind it. The Spirit struck my father, and he initiated the first place in Canada, here in the Valley, the fivefold ministry in 1927. We are very close to the 100th Jubilee of that, and all of these things that are happening through the world of the opening up of these things through these dates are leading to 2027, which stands for protection and perfection and completion, where his word is going to be reestablished because it's the only thing that's going to work. You see, false doctrine doesn't work no matter how good it sounds. And what's happened in the institutionalized church, is what I call them in the world, is what they've done is they've taken the commandments of men, the doctrines of men, the traditions of men, and the customs of men, and they have wrapped them up in God's truth and presented them to you as God's truth, and they're not. They're pagan, and they will not get you to where you want to go. He says you're either for me or against me. You either gather with me or scatter abroad. You can't follow pagan things and expect to go into the kingdom. It just doesn't work that way. But you're deceived. A lot of these things fall under Leviticus 4, or I think it's verse 12 and 13, or 13 and 14, any there. It refers to the unintentional sin. It's still sin, even if it's unintentional. And ignorance is not bliss, because you're supposed to know what you're following, what you're believing. And so, anyway, that's just all part of it, okay? The only way that you're going to know is your relationship with God directly, knowing what's in that word. And he will teach you. All you got to do is be willing to be willing. That's all you got to do, and ask him, show me. Go in and visualize what you're reading. He'll show you what he's saying. I have other tapes that'll teach you how to approach that book and how to learn what you can't see, because he wants you to learn what you can't see. But there's a certain way of approaching that, and it doesn't need men to interpret it, okay, which they've done, put it in easy to understand language and this kind of stuff. Pretty soon you won't even know what you're reading. And I'm onto this. I wouldn't plan on getting onto this because I mentioned this in another video, but you know, what would make you think that God would put his word in a book that you couldn't understand? Does that make any sense to you at all? That God would have his word, knowing how much we need it, that he would put it in a book that you couldn't understand, that you would need some other man to interpret it, when the book says, let no man deceive you. And it says, when it comes to him, you need no man teach you anything. So you see, it's if you don't know why you believe what you believe, you're believing somebody else's truth, and that's dangerous. You need to believe your own truth. That means you know why it is you believe what you believe. Not that you just believe it. You know why you believe it. And the only way you're going to know that is find out for yourself. But anyway, we're down to a time is that you need to repent of anything that you need to repent of, and you need to understand that Jesus died on that cross, and Christ was crucified on that cross with him. That's a teaching too. There was two people crucified to that cross. God and Jesus of Nazareth were both crucified to that cross, but only one died. Anyways, you listen to some of my other teachings on that whole thing, you'll understand what I'm saying. But you got to know that he sacrificed himself for all the things that you've done outside the will of God in your lifetime. And it's as easy as you understanding that, acknowledging it, repenting of it, and just stop doing it, and it's gone. It's as simple as that. But you have to understand, you can't expect to go into God's kingdom and live on principles in this life that are outside of it. He makes a statement. He says, if you love this life, you will lose life. If you hate this life, you will gain life. And what he's talking about if you love the way this world is, if you agree with the systems that you have to survive under in this life, if you like that and don't see anything wrong with it, you are not ready for the kingdom. If you see it for what it is and you hate it for what it is, you're ready for the kingdom, because none of it exists in the kingdom. So this is a little bit of clarification of how you have a perception, how you're looking at things and what you're believing. And again, make sure it's your truth. Make sure you know when you believe something, it's not that you just believe it. You know it to be true. It's proven to you. You've checked it out. You have a complete understanding that you understand it and you can defend it, because it's in you. It's fact. It's not somebody telling you something that will not work for you. So getting back to this, we're coming in serious times. After this weekend, we will see what, after the 23rd, we will see what happens. And from there, if things as I see it, things I'm not talking about, become accurate, then I will have some pretty powerful revelations to reveal to you. And these are undeniable things, okay? These are things you can look at and you can deny them, but take a look outside your window, take a look on your news, see what's going on, read Matthew 24, read the book of Revelations. Don't forget Daniel, though, because they kind of support each other. But things are happening. He said would happen. I have a ministry. It's called, I have a double ministry, actually. I'm a community street ad figure. I use my voice for those who can't speak for themselves. And in that, it's I live by the verse of what you do to the least of my brethren, you do unto me. And then my ministry, they're both under SRS, which is Spiritual Revelation Series. And this one here is Luke 21:28, and that talks about when you see these things happening, look up, your redemption draweth nigh. Those things are happening right now, folks. Right on this day, September the, bad memory sometimes, September the 21st of 2025, as you are listening to me, or as I'm speaking this, these things are happening right now, and they are unloading so quickly, you can't even keep up with it. So, if you're uninformed, that's not going to do you any good. When the so-called stuff hits the fan, and the fan is just a ripping, just waiting for it to come. So with that, I'm just going to leave that. Comment, ask questions, please share and like. I guess that helps it put out. But comments, I'm more interested in your comments, positive, negative, because the whole thing, it's all about clarity. I'm not here to convince anybody of anything, like I say in my post. But you got questions, give me the opportunity to give you a perspective on the answer to that question you had, just so you can get clarity of understanding. Because you know what? God doesn't want to lose anybody. Unfortunately, that's not a reality, but as many as can be saved, we got to save as many as we can. So with that, I probably could have said many other things. God bless you, and please comment. Please give me your questions. I'll do the best I can. And I really believe that He's going to send this out, and it'll touch whoever it needs to touch. And I hope you come back to the channel and support. And like I say, ask your questions. What do you want to hear about? What do you need clarity on? What's stopping you from believing that God is real and that that book is true? Give me the questions. Give me the opportunity to give you an answer. Even if you don't like it, that's okay. At least give me the opportunity to do my job and give you an answer from a different perspective. What that book would tell you, that's all I ask, just the opportunity. And with that, God bless, take care, and I hope you're in His hands.